Hello, hello, hello. David Bear here with Bear on Marketing. Today we're going to be talking about Facebook and the 7 steps to successful Facebook ads, more specifically. So let's just dive right in. Why Facebook, you may ask? Well, here's some answers. First, it's fast. Second, it's simple. Third, it's cheap. And fourth, you can find highly targeted prospects on Facebook. Now, fast. You can have an ad up and running and have analytical data in place in a few hours. Now, you're saying, David, a few hours to get an ad up? No, a few minutes to get an ad up. That's the amazing thing. Get an ad up in just a few minutes, but have all of the analysis on the success of that ad campaign and what tweaks and changes you want to make within just a few hours. Now, simple. Facebook wants advertising, including post-promotion, to be quick and painless. And cheap? Well, let's talk about this. I have a chiropractor here in my local area who is spending $18 a click on Google. But on Facebook, we set him up and he is spending 53 cents a click. And he's getting targeted traffic from Facebook that is far more beneficial to him and converting better than the Google AdWords $18 a click campaign he's running. Isn't that pretty amazing? All right. Now, on Facebook, every time you post something on your fan page, there's that little tempting button down there in the corner that says Boost Post. Warning, do not fall for it. Don't push that button. That's Facebook's little way of putting an extra few bucks in their pocket every single time somebody or some business pushes that button. Let me explain. Since their IPO, Facebook has designed ways to basically bilk money from uninformed business owners out there who are trying to build their businesses on Facebook, and that is one tempting little button to push. But in fact, if you push that button, they're not targeting people the way that you need to be targeting, and you are getting that post promoted to the wrong people and for a short period of time, which means it's not going to have the impact you need it to have. If you absolutely must push that button and boost those posts, you need to do it for somewhere between 3 and 5 days, as opposed to the default single day if you want to see any traction out of it. And if you see down below there's that little more options, push that and take advantage of tweaking the group of people who are actually going to see this thing, because that is where you're going to get the payoff. Now, let me get to my 7 steps to Facebook advertising success done the right way. Step number 1, build your perfect customer profile, which is also known as your customer avatar. Here's an example. You can target men who like watches who live in the United States and are between the ages of 18 and 65. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? How about this? Target men who like Rolex watches who live in California in the United States and are between 18 and 65. See that? We've tightened it up a little bit. Now, how about even more? You can target men who like Rolex watches who live in La Jolla in California, one of the highest income zips, if not the highest in the entire state, and are between the ages of 40 and 65. And that's a buying audience for people who are in those categories, La Jolla and Rolex owners or likers. So you can see that there's a fine tuning that you can do to that audience, and the more specific you get as to who that avatar, who that really specific customer is you want to be working with, you want to have buying from you, the better off you are. Step number 2, that sort of laser targeting, and by the way, that's just the tip of the iceberg, stay tuned, plus emotional ads or engaging images will result in highly qualified prospect targeting. Let's take a look. Here's an ad that we ran to the Bear on Marketing page. It's a guy drawing pictures that are related to marketing on a whiteboard, and it says, "Are you a small business owner? Like us. And that's all we were doing, is getting people to see the image, think about it for a moment, very simple message, and I was targeting small business owners in specific places and specific industries who had a specific amount of money, and by the way, had proven that they spent money on advertising. I'll show you about that in a few minutes. And I got them to like the page. Now, where did I get that picture? Very few people know that inside Facebook there is an entire catalog totally free available to any advertiser. You got to pay for the advertising, but the images come free. So right over here, stock images. I just typed in the word marketing and poof, I had dozens upon dozens of engaging images to choose from. I tested several of them. I kept running the ones that made sense. I stopped running the ones that weren't getting the traction. Always, always, always bid for likes when you're trying to build your page. Don't bid for engagement. Don't bid for clicks. Don't bid for impressions, and here's why. You're trying to build likes to your page of a specific audience type, and Facebook can do all of that bidding for you far more effectively than any other approach, any attempt to game the system by bidding yourself in some bid strategy video that you've seen somewhere. It's been proven after study that Facebook is actually the best way to lower your price and get the best results. Why? Because they know who's most likely to click on your ads, and they are going to be putting those ads in front of the best prospects after they've run it for a day or so to gather the data they need to figure out who is going to and who is not going to be responsive to your ad. So bid for likes, let Facebook do the bidding for you, and you'll actually get access to tons of data where you can verify things like ages of people who are clicking, their locations, their click-through rates, and other valuable data going forward. Step 3, create highly engaging content for your qualified prospects and promote your most popular recent post for just $5 a day for a minimum of 3 days. Now, why $5 a day for 3 days? You want to make sure that everybody who you can possibly get that ad or that post in front of will see it. Not everybody is on Facebook 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, and you want to get the right people seeing that post and engaging with it. So if you spend $15 every few days on an engaging post that is already proven to be popular, you are going to benefit exponentially from more engagement, and you're going to be drawing the right target audience into becoming paying customers. We'll get to that in a moment. Listen, this is actually an easy 3-step, 1-button process that is inside Facebook. You just need to know where to look to find it. I can help you with that. Step number 4, create friendly content to increase your audience reach for each and every post to your fan page. The bigger the reach, the more exposure for your brand, product, or your service. But there's an exact process that you need to follow so that Facebook doesn't see your content as spam. So be careful how you're doing this. Again, if you need some help here, I can guide you through the right process. Step number 5. You want to create your money post. What's your money post? That's the place that you actually tell people you have something to sell them and invite them to buy it. This is where you're going to offer your product, your service, your event, webinar, solution, whatever it is that you are promoting. That's your money post. You'll be posting an ad in perfect alignment with your overall message. One that speaks directly to your laser-targeted prospects that we established earlier on. Now, there's 2 different types of posts that exist inside Facebook. There are the public posts. Those are the posts that you create and put on your business fan page. And then there's something called dark posts. Dark posts are those ads that we see that say the word sponsored, and we don't actually have them as businesses on our fan page, but as consumers we see them in our news feeds and alongside our feeds on the right hand side as advertisements. They only show up as ads. That is what a dark post is. Now, in creating an ad, you have several options. Option number one is page post engagement. Option number two is page likes. We've talked about both so far. We want to build an audience by targeting specific types of individuals and getting them to like the page. And then we want to promote the posts and get more engagement on individual posts. These both go toward branding. But when you add things like clicks to website, website conversions, event responses, offer claims, that's branding coupled with people getting entered into your sales funnel. This is a really, really important distinction because you want to make sure that you are advertising the right things for the right purpose. Here's an example of a link preview ad. Now, I was running a video here, and then I had a link to our consulting page on our website. It's not really a great way to get people to websites, but it is a great way to engage people in a post. So I ran a post engagement, and we got a little bit of traffic off of this to the website as well. In this case, we were promoting a specific course for coaches, business coaches, life coaches, whatever it may be. We were promoting a particular course, and this was an image ad with a call to action directly linking to the website where the product was being offered. So this is a direct link to website or direct to website ad, and you can see there's a call to action, learn more button right here. All right, in this ad, this is a right-hand side ad, and this is an ad we were running to get additional likes to the page. So it says, need marketing help? Discover 3 essentials of online marketing from Portland internet marketer David Baer. And they would go from this ad to a video that I was offering, which was a lead capture mechanism to get them into our autoresponder. All right, so those are a few different types of ads. Certainly not an exhaustive look, but you get a chance to see some of the different ways that you can advertise. Step number 6. Now this is where the real targeting comes in. Facebook offers the best consumer and sometimes business targeting on the planet. Bar none, absolutely. You can do much more than just target people who like other pages. You can target things like countries, states, cities, zip codes, ages, gender, workplaces, income and net worth, level of education, and these are just the basics. Yet people screw this up all the time. But the next level of targeting is even more exciting. Facebook has pre-qualified such things as business and industry types of entertainment that people like, purchasing activities, and Facebook can profile people for actions they've taken outside of Facebook. Here's some examples. Over on the left, you can see parents and then different categories of ages of their children. You can also look at ethnicity. You can look at things like whether they're empty nesters, grandparents, they have new teen drivers in the household. And then over on the right-hand side, and this is just one example of many to show you how specific Facebook can get in its targeting, you can target people by when their current auto insurance is up for renewal. So imagine if you were selling auto insurance as a broker. You could actually target ads to people saying something like, you know, you're coming due for your insurance renewal. Maybe you want to check our rates as well. You know, that sort of thing. All right. over here, this is an area called Audience Insights, and I can sculpt. And by the way, that was on the previous page too. I can sculpt an audience and then look at things like how likely they are to click on ads. And I want to find an audience that's going to click on ads if I'm advertising. So in this case, this is not a great audience. This is only 5 clicks on average in a 30-day period for the average person in this particular audience that I was creating. So I want to tweak this audience to find more people who are more likely to click on ads on a regular basis. Step number 7. Let Facebook do all the hard work and heavy lifting for targeting and bidding. This is going to help you effortlessly attract more likes, page engagement, email opt-ins, leads, website visitors, event attendees, or anything else you want to promote. Basically, Facebook learns who your perfect target is and increases exposure of your ads to people who are more likely to click on them. Okay, here's a bonus tip. Do not ever place an ad after 4 p.m. local time, because your first ads are a learning curve for Facebook, and Facebook will spend all the money before midnight, which means that you'll have nothing to show for it. So if you're going to place an ad, you want to make sure that you do it earlier in the day so that Facebook takes a little bit of time to figure out where people are going to click, where they're not going to click, and they don't spend all of your money needlessly with no benefit that day. All right, so there you go. 7 successful Facebook ad tips. And now, if you have any questions, you know where to reach me. I'm over at bearonmarketing.com. Reach out anytime. I'm more than happy to help. And I really look forward to engaging with you, helping you grow your business through Facebook marketing. Reach out anytime. I'm happy to answer any questions, and I'm happy to help you be more effective in your Facebook marketing and lead generation.